All right, ladies and gentlemen, for your viewing pleasure, I am Calibus Rand, and of course, with me is my brother, my ride or die, Dakar. And we have come today to celebrate our first lady of fandom, Miss Liz, with Marky Mark. There he is. Miss Liz annually goes to Disneyland. And when she does, we like to give her a little platform for her to come on and show everybody what she got, talk about the park, and so on. Miss Liz spans the gambit of fandom to the point that Dakar and I, and Dakar's wife, actually, who coined the phrase, she needs her own show. So I welcome you to the first Lady of Fandom's show. Miss Liz, you went to Disneyland, right? No, Disney World.
Disney World.
Disney World. So I am going to stop talking and let you and Dakar take it from here. When did you go and how was it?
I went back in May and I was there for a week from the 11th through the 17th. I picked up stuff for you, of course. And then I picked up stuff for Mark and Vonda. And I got one little thing for Joe, which she'll get eventually.
Well, I would show off my latest acquisition. I got a sword holder. I've got one of the gray sword holders from you. Thank you, by the way. And this weekend, you and I will have we will start back our usual lunch. Once a month, you and I get together and have lunch. So this
Mexican.
Saturday, this Saturday at 11:30, you and I will be sitting down with to lunch. Jinky will be with us, and we will get to break bread, so to speak. There's Marky Mark. He said he's so excited. All right, Miss Liz.
There's one of the newest hats.
Uh oh.
Can you see it?
Uh huh. I got you on widescreen.
Okay. Mandalorian and his
Excellent.
buddy. And I also got a couple signed. I got Mickey, Donald, and Goofy, and then Pooh and Tigger.
Uh, uh, ah,
Pooh and Tigger.
nice.
Unfortunately, I did not get to see Minnie Mouse and some of the others. I did see a couple, you know, but and I got to see Pluto, which he signed on one of the other new hats,
Oh,
Lion King. I liked it. It was cute, so I bought it, and it's a good color.
yeah, it is.
And then the other hat I got, Lady and the
Oh,
Tramp. The Lady and the Tramp is having its big birthday. It's been around a while. I've forgotten how old it's going to be, but they're celebrating Lady and the Tramp's big birthday right now. So, and
ooh,
I always got to eat at Tony's,
yes.
the Lady and the Tramp, and because that's the place Jerry and I always went for our first dinner there on our honeymoon. So it's tradition. And shall I go on from there? The other
Yeah,
stuff?
yeah.
Okay. I did not buy very many pins this time. I did get, can you see it? I want to make sure we're not.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's from Zootopia. By the way, they're having a second Zootopia movie coming out. And then, of course, this one came from Zootopia too. That's a moment in the movie where she was chasing the donut down the street trying to catch it. And then, of course, one of my all-time favorite movies. Anytime I can find an Aristocat pen, I buy it. Because I love Aristocat. It's one of my all-time favorite movies. And then here's my other all-time favorite movie, Lion King. So those are my two favorite movies. And that's all the pins I bought. And then I got another one of my all-time favorite people next to Mickey Mouse. Can you see him?
Donald.
It's
And anytime I can get a Donald Duck shirt, I'm going to get it. Because sometimes they don't have Donald a lot. And other times you can find him everywhere. So whenever I can find a Donald, I usually buy it. Especially if it's a good Donald. Now, I don't generally buy the Donalds that have him having a Donald fit. Because I don't like to think of him as an angry Donald. I like to think of him as a happy Donald. And then I also got this beautiful Lion King shirt. It's got Pumbaa and Timon, and it's very nice fabric, and it's going to be great to be worn in the summertime because it's nice and cool. And I also got some new socks. Mickey socks.
Oh.
And I was picking up two toy for Sammy, who lives next door, my corgi. And I always buy him a toy when I'm down there because he loves tearing them up. And the place is generally mostly doggy stuff, but they actually had kitty socks. So I had to get it.
Oh my God, Miss Liz.
I got stuff to go on the car. And if I don't put it on the car, it's going on the refrigerator. Got it?
certainly your happy place.
Yeah, it's everybody's happy place. Everybody. And then Mickey as a sorcerer. And of course, Donald. And then that all I got left, because I didn't, like I said, I didn't buy that much.
You got a droid.
And he's an exclusive, by the way. You have to belong to the D23 Disney Club, which, by the way, is expensive to belong to. I only bought it 1 year because they had a sale on it. So when my card runs out, I'm not going to re-up because it's expensive to join. But this is a exclusive that they had at their the D23 Expo or whatever they had, in California or whatever. And I just got lucky to find one here. And he's supposed to do things. He's supposed to squat down and other things. And if anybody wants to talk me out of it. And I know you've already seen this. But did Wolf get to see it?
Nope. Wolf has not seen your new kitty.
The critter. Yes, he does.
Yeah,
show him this, Liz. Show him. Show him. Do the thing.
Yeah,
turn him on. Yeah, turn him on.
Okay.
Dakar, you know my weakness, but this thing, I've got the loaf cat, but the Knicks,
okay. I swore I turned him on. There he goes.
Oh my God.
Is that not I want one?
Oh, that is too
just
cool.
Do one, he does several different ones. And I just freaked the cat out. I just freaked Albie out. He's left.
Not poor LB.
But isn't he cool?
Oh my God, that is too cool. Way too cool.
I love it. I'm telling you, when I saw it, I was like, oh my God, Miss Liz. She goes, yeah, well, I had one for you, but you wanted a sword case.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I was going to get him one. And then he said, no, I'd rather have the sword case. So I said, okay.
Yeah, because I have one that Lady Gray made for me, and I put my first sword in that one, sort of like a retirement thing. Mm-hmm. And since she made me that case, it's kind of special. And I want to keep that, nice. But I need one that I can actually go out with and be rugged with and everything else. So,
he lies down too.
Oh, no, I didn't know that. Yeah, I got to have one of those.
He lies down. And he stands
So,
up. And then you saw him do all the talking and whatnot.
Not having your right now.
Oh, look, I
was
he
so cool.
Not next year, but the year after is the 50th anniversary of Star Wars. So I think that's the trip, the big, that's going to be the woo. The 50th anniversary in the park. To me, that's like a con. You know what I mean? So, but that is awesome.
I know why you and I are not going down in September, which was originally going to be your birthday. So yeah. Now we're talking next year, May then?
27.
I was talking about 2027, but I mean, I would go. What is that? Oh, it's Una. I was like, holy crap. That's the coolest kitty, Miss Liz. Yeah, 2027 is the 50th anniversary. But no, I'm, I was still thinking about for May of, but it would have, for me, it still would have to be a short trip. But that the 50th anniversary would be maybe like a 3 or 4 day trip. You know what I mean? Because that's the whole anniversary gambit of everything. And
because I know
we'll talk about it.
I know Mark and Vonda want to go.
Oh yeah.
And they're talking about next year.
Yeah.
So, and if we all went at the same time, that means we'd have to logistically figure out how much points and rooms and whatnot. Because I figured everybody's going to want their own room.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But I just
So
I love the fact
if we do individual rooms, it's going to cost more. You know?
Right.
But because I've been thinking that thinking about maybe going down for like 4 days in September.
Uh-huh.
Just 4 days.
Oh.
You know. And that's it.
Well, that doesn't sound too bad, Miss Liz. But we could talk about that, Saturday.
Okay.
Saturday.
Because I know I have to talk to, Mark and Vonda have got to talk about their logistics and whatnot if we want to do it. Because I know they want to go.
Oh, yeah. I think it's one of those things, like you said, we got to really kind of make sure that we get our planning right and, make sure that everybody understands what we're trying to do and make sure that everybody's good with what we are trying to do. You know what I mean? But
because it's going to cost points to go down.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I got enough for the September trip because I get my new batch of points in August.
Oh,
so I would have enough points for that short trip in September, and then I would definitely have points for like May or something next year. If you want, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Like I said, we'll talk about it on Saturday because I'm turning 55 this year and I'm feeling it.
You're just a baby. I'm turning 70 in September.
Miss Liz, but you don't look 70.
Well, sometimes I feel it. Oh my God, my joints tell me all about it. Especially after I've been walking all day at Disney World. By afternoon, Disney World. This is the first trip I actually went down, and by mid-afternoon, my joints and whatnot started complaining. It's the first time they've ever done that before. And oh my God, and it didn't matter what I put on it. Took a leave, put arthritis stuff on it and all that.
Well, maybe because it was just so hot. Yeah,
because let me see. Monday, it rained.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I forgot to show you my new raincoat.
Little Miss Lee.
I had to get a new raincoat.
Brief intermission.
Let's see. There we go. Oh, it's a comic strip. Oh yeah, look at all the little characters on there.
My old 30-year-old raincoat just couldn't cut the mustard. I mean, I might as well have not even been wearing a raincoat that day because I got soaked. And the very nice cast member found this in the back room where she was working at one of the salon places I stopped at because I bought a blanket, really nice Mickey Mouse blanket. Oh yeah, I hadn't planned on it; it just worked out that way.
Well, isn't that how it always is?
Yeah, Marky Mark said he can't wait to go next year.
Yeah, because that was the plan that we all tried to, get up and go and do the thing.
There's Mickey. Can you
Oh,
see
wow.
Oh,
it?
that's a cute blanket.
That's a nice blanket, Miss Liz.
Yeah, it's nice and weighted too. I used it the whole week I was down there. What happened was the blanket I normally take with me, I had it put out, and I went off and forgot it. So I had no blanket in the room at all, and I needed it. So it was raining pretty good that Monday, and I went into the shop, and I was kind of looking for, a throw blanket. And I told the lady, I says, I'm looking for two things. I'm looking for a new raincoat because the one I had was soaking wet. I even had to buy one of those horrible plastic ones that goes over your head, and you pay an inexorbitant amount of fee to
A
wear.
poncho.
And I hadn't bought one in years and years and years because I always had the other one. Boy, have they gotten expensive. But it worked. It kept me the rest of me reasonably dry for the time I was there. And she says, well, let me check in the bag. And she was gone. And she eventually came back, and she says, I found this, which was the blanket. And I went, yes. So I was going to get the blanket. And then she says, well, let me go back in the back and see if I can find something. This is the only one she had in the back. I don't know where it was stuffed or how it was stuffed. I realize it's a medium, but apparently it's a big medium because it fits pretty darn good. Because normally I get a large, and I've already worn it once. The other day when we had all that rain last Wednesday, I got to wear it then. But God bless her. Jill was fabulous. She made my day. So I picked those. So I was very, very happy about that. So now I have a new raincoat, and I really like that blanket. I use it on my couch now. And see, and then I got to ride all the Star Wars rides on Monday because it was raining, so the lines weren't bad at all.
How are that was one of the things that I was going to ask you. How was the rides?
Well, I did Millennium Falcon. Thoroughly enjoyed myself. I had a mother and two sons, and they did not want to. The one son wanted to be a pilot. The other son did not. He wanted to be the gunner, so he sat in the back, and I got to be the pilot on the other side. And no, we did not get two containers. We only got the one. We did try. Then I did Rides of the Resistance and took several pictures, mainly because Bonda says, take pictures. So I took pictures. So I showed her the pictures. Then, of course, I always ride the Star Tours, which I rode twice.
Ooh, Miss Liz.
Yes.
Did they have the Mandalorian in the new Star Tours?
He's there when it's not raining.
No, in the Star Tours, did he? There's it's supposed to be like a new one.
He's not there yet.
Oh,
I didn't see him. I saw Darth Vader and the usual stormtroopers, stuff like that. But no, I did not see the Mandalorian and the Star Tours.
Oh.
If he's there, I did not get that particular store. Because they rotate the stories in all the different areas.
Yeah.
So you never know what you're going to get. So I did that. What else did I ride that day? Oh, I went and said goodbye to Kermit the Frog. You know, because they closed. They're closing the Kermit the Frog 3D show. Well, they're getting ready to turn that whole area into the new. I think it's Toy Story or something like that. I think it's the Toy Story Land or something or other. Nope. It's forgotten what it is now. Cars. Nope. Wait a minute. Monsters Incorporated. They're turning that area, the Italian area, into Monsters Incorporated. So they've closed everything down out there in that area. And the only thing that was still running was Kermit. And it officially closes this Saturday. So I did that. And I took pictures of it, the outside of it, and the courtyard. So even though it was raining, I took a picture. And let me see. Just kind of. I didn't stay there long because it was raining, so I was pretty much out of there about noon, 1:00, and I went to downtown Disney. I call it downtown Disney. I know it's Disney Springs, but I still call it downtown. And I went and had the best crab cake in the world I've ever had at the boathouse. Oh my God, was it good. And then I went back to the room. And then Tuesday I did Magic Kingdom. It rained a little bit in the afternoon for about a half an hour. It was just a quick shower. But we didn't, nobody got, didn't really get wet or anything because I didn't take a raincoat or anything with me because when I checked the weather earlier before I left to go to the park, it said it wasn't going to rain today. So I didn't take anything with me. But I got to do the usuals, run around. I, of course, did the laugh floor, which I absolutely adore because it's so much fun watching Roz torture Mike Wazowski and so on. And I got to ride Guardians of the Galaxy, which is now my favorite ride.
What?
Oh my God. Of course you have to like, exciting rides. And it's exciting. It's not exciting when you first get in there and they run you through and they do the story and you've been selected for this, that, and the other thing. And then they stick you in these cars and you got to wear, you ride around and oh my God. Whoever designed this thing did a fabulous job of the stuff in the walls and the whole bit. You don't even realize you're on a ride. You're just experiencing. And it's not for the faint-hearted, I can tell you. But oh my God, it was fun. Oh my God, was it fun. And thoroughly enjoyed it. Like it a whole lot better than I like Tron. Done Tron once, and I don't think I'll probably ever ride that one again. It's you spend too much time on Tron trying to hang on to the motorcycle and not experiencing what's going on the ride. You're hanging on for dear life.
Well, what's your favorite ride, Miss Liz?
Well, she answered without the question being there.
Well, Guardians of the Galaxy.
I have to do the Tron ride for Gore.
Okay.
because that was his thing. So I
hope
have
you're
to
ready
do
to
that.
hang on, because you definitely got to hang on.
Woo! That sounds like a plan there, Miss Liz.
And and Avatar is one of my all-time favorite rides too, which is over in Animal Kingdom. But you have to get there like really, really early in the day or really, really late to actually be able to get on the ride without having to spend 2 hours in line or an hour and a half or whatever. It's very popular. So whenever the line gets past an hour, I won't stand in the line. Now, I can handle 45 minutes up to an hour, but anything above that, I won't stand in the line. I just won't do it. It just takes too long.
I don't blame
But
you.
oh my God, it's a great ride. And the river ride's really fun too. But usually the line, if you get there at the right time and whatnot, that line's not very long at all. Matter of fact, it wasn't long at all the day I went. I mean, we literally almost walked right in there. I mean, it was only a couple, maybe 15 minutes, maybe if that, 15, 20 minutes to get on that one. It's not a very long ride, but it's beautiful. The design is really nice. And of course, I ride Mount Everest. I always ride. It's want to be one of my favorite roller coasters. And of course, I went and saw the animals in the safari and whatnot. And sometimes you get a really good show and you get to see all kinds of animals, and other times you don't get to see the lions or any of the other really important stuff you want to see. But I got to see some animals that I normally don't get to see. Let me see. They had Pumbaa and Timon were definitely out running around. I mean, and we got held up by water buffalo.
What?
He was definitely causing a traffic jam, and you gotta wait for them. They can't make a move. They gotta move on their own. I got pictures to prove it. I took, and he just sat there. And, you can't honk on him or anything. He's just got to move, when he wants to move. And they have a mind of their own, basically. And the giraffes will sometimes do that too. They get out there in the middle of the street and
see, that would disturb me.
What? Why?
These animals get
very
out there and then
entertaining.
just be like, I'm tired. I'm not going nowhere. Oh my God.
It was entertaining.
Well, you take a 20-minute ride and turn it into 45-minute ride that way, though.
Oh, he didn't hold us up that long. I think he held us up for maybe 10, 12 minutes. That's it. Maybe, if that. He eventually moseyed on off. But I took some pictures. I got to see the tigers. We got a baby tiger there. And I got some really good pictures of the mama tiger. She came right up. I got some really good pictures of her. So I'll show them to you at lunch, because I can't show it to you on the phone, on the TV, on here. They won't show up. But I got some really good pictures of the tigers. And I've been watching that baby growing up, because I have the stream, and I've been watching him since he was like this small, and now he's like 7, 8, going on 7 months old and whatnot. He's getting to be a big boy. And he was hanging out on the hill, so I really did get a really good good picture of him, but I did get some great pictures of his mom. And that's pretty much it for Animal Kingdom. Walked around and that kind of thing. And then I ate a lot of good places, had some really good dinners and lunches, and I ate at the Irish pub and had really good fish and chips. But I had onion rings vice chips, which, by the way, were really good. And they gave all the ladies a free mimosa because it was Mother's Day. So all us ladies got a free mimosa. It wasn't a big one, but it was nice.
It was free.
And it was
that
free.
being the operative word, you know what I mean?
And one of the other places I ate, they that same day for Mother's Day gave all the ladies a rose, a real honest to God rose.
Oh,
which
that's
I
nice.
put back to my room and stuck it in water, and I had it there the whole week. So that was a nice touch.
That is a very nice touch.
So, and I went to the DVC presentation. They gave us a talk and gave us new stuff that's going on in new areas that they're building up, and new stuff that around, and really you learned a lot of things. I also learned that I hardly do anything. There was a couple next to me. They have gone everywhere. All the DVC places. I mean, they've been to Hawaii. They've been to Paris. They've been all over London. They've been all over the place. I mean, I don't see how they stay home with all the places they go visit and whatnot. It was incredible. And you got a nice little side pouch, which you get.
Oh, nice.
Like a over the shoulder type thing. Or you could probably turn it into a fanny pack if you wanted to. But it's supposed to be over the shoulder thing, which is pretty nice. I haven't used it yet, but I got it. And that's pretty much it. Food. Did a few rides. Talked to a few people on the bus. Or you talk to people in line. Like I said, of course, the best thing is always the good food. It's expensive, but it's good. And essentially, that's it. And I had a first floor room, and I was really close to Disney Springs, so it was really easy walking distance. The only downside to that room was my sliding glass door faced the forest where all the trees were, and so you didn't see anything but trees. But yeah.
Well, okay, Ms. Liz. It sounds like you had a wonderful time.
Yeah, Friday was miserable as far as temperature was concerned. It rained on Monday. We had really nice weather up through Thursday. I mean, it wasn't too hot. I mean, it was hot, but it wasn't too hot. And then somebody turned the furnace on Friday, and it was 96 degrees. It was hot, and it was miserable. And that's the day I went back to Hollywood Studios, and that's when I picked up his thing, and oh, I know what else I did, which cost me a pretty penny, which I got done at Hollywood Studios. And these people only work for commission. They don't get paid by Disney for anything. So whatever they do, that's what they make, you know? So.
Oh, they drew that for you?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that is so cool.
You notice that's Albie and Maggie done up as Professor McGonagall and Dumbledore.
That is really cool.
And it was very expensive. And I also got one done for my neighbor. I had her corgi done as a Jedi.
A Jedi corgi.
A Jedi corgi.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know whether you can see it or not, but I'm going to try. Because I have a picture. Let's see if you can see it.
Yep. Hold it right there. Right there. Oh, that's cute.
Is that adorable or what?
Oh, that is so awesome.
And that's Sammy as a Jedi Knight. Which, by the way, the kids loved. Their mom loved it too, but, you know. So that was their big gift besides chocolate. But, yeah. So that's what I got. And then Vonda had me take pictures of the room so that she had an idea what the room looked like. And I got to meet Doug and Russell.
Squirrel.
Yeah, squirrel. That's the first time I gotten to actually get to meet them. I've been down there on several occasions, but they were walking, you know, and I didn't get to stop and say hi. So I got a really good. There.
Yeah, right there. That's great.
And they signed my hat, my other hat. So one of my other hats, I got them signed underneath with Doug and Russell. And essentially, I'm not sure if I can see if the tiger picture will show up. Well, there's one of the ones I got. I told you I got some really good shots of Mama.
Oh, wow.
I got a lot more, but that's the closest one I got of her. I mean, she came up close.
Yeah.
So I got some really good pictures of the tiger. And Calibus will get to see more of them on Saturday because I got them. But, yep. But, yeah. I originally was just going to get, Sammy done. The Jedi, because I said, oh my God, he would look absolutely adorable as a Jedi. And then I was showing the lady my cats and told them my cats were Professor McGonagall and Maggie. And she says, oh, I can do them too. So that's how we ended up with that.
That is.
And that's the most money I spent the entire week right there for those 3 pictures.
But as long as you enjoyed it and you felt like you got your money's worth for those things, I think it was
yeah,
well
and
worth it.
I'm going to go out and get a frame for it and hang it up.
There you go.
Because there was no way I was going to pay for their frame.
Woo.
Oh, Jesus.
But yeah,
Well,
essentially that was that's my big expense was the artwork. And I figured Wolf and his wife would get a kick out of that, being their cat
Yes.
people.
She's over there just a giggling and a smiling. I see her out the corner. And when you brought up that new fur baby, she was just a bouncing.
I think he made her. I thought that corgi. Oh my God, did he make a good Jedi?
See, those are my favorite dogs in the world. So,
well, corgis are adorable anyway. So you know.
But
so
well, Miss Liz, I want to thank you for sharing your experience with us and giving me so much laughter. Because every time we get with you, oh my God, it is a blessing to have you as a friend. I swear. I love listening to your stories. Your hat is awesome. I love
the hat when I found that. Because when I was looking for the two hats for Vonda and Mark, this one was on the same shelf as those were. And I said, oh, I got to have that.
I like that hat. I do like that hat.
I like that hat.
But ladies and gentlemen, Miss Liz doesn't have a regular schedule for her shows, but if you would like her to come on and talk about anything, she's run the gamut between Star Trek, Stargate, Harry Potter, obviously, and of course her love for Disney. If you guys would like to hear some more, and we can always put up a show for Miss Liz, but normally it's whenever she brings something in or she gets something from Amazon or she goes to the conventions or when she goes, of course, to Disneyland. So I want to thank the First Lady of Fandom very much, and I will see you Saturday at 11:30 at our favorite spot.
Yes. And so you really like that droid. You think he's cute?
Oh, God, yes. Your droid is awesome.
Droid is neat.
Yeah.
So
and I love that. I cannot remember the name of that critter.
It's a Nex.
It was a what?
It's a Nex.
A Nex?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I knew it was from one of the Star Wars things we'd watched, but I saw it. I had to have it.
So, guys, the next show is next week sometime. The car and I will probably try to get back with you guys because we need to make an announcement to the Priory because we're still doing our push to what, 2,000 members, the car?
Yep, 2,000 members.
2,000 members, and you guys, you get to pick your droid, and the car and I will make sure that you get it if we get there. All right, so
we got Mandalorian next week too, lady. Us ladies.
Yep.
Oh,
matriarchs.
The matriarchs next Thursday.
Oh, the matriarchs. Okay, so we will see you guys then. I want to thank everybody for hanging out with us. I want to thank Rob, of course, the Saber Squadron leader. I want to thank Taco Cat as always, and the general manager of the Cosmic Portal, Mr. Marky Mark, better known as the DC Reader. Thank you guys for watching. And all of you who stuck with us this long. This is one of the longer shows that we've done with Miss Liz, but I want to thank you. But I love to listen to Miss Liz. I take my face off camera because I'm trying not to laugh because every time she says something, Miss Liz she just I can't help it. But I want to thank all of you and have a wonderful evening.